Title: My best friend got my wife pregnant. My family hid it. I took revenge and threw her out. I canceled my son's baby shower in front of 60 people. Because the DNA test said 99.94% certainty, my best friend, the man holding my wife's hand in the ultrasound photos, is the father. But I'm getting ahead of myself. 7 years ago, when this nightmare started, I thought planning could solve anything. I'm James Thompson, 33 years old, software architect at a tech startup in Boulder, Colorado. The kind of guy who makes spreadsheets for vacation itineraries and tracks his morning coffee intake. Control was my religion. Data was my God. And I believed, truly believed, that if I controlled every variable, I could prevent pain. The infertility journey starts on a Tuesday. That's the day we get the call from Dr. Chen's office. "I'm sorry," the nurse says, her voice professionally sympathetic in that way medical professionals perfect. "The embryo didn't take. Your HCG levels are declining." Melissa's sitting across from me at our kitchen table. Mountain view through the windows. $695,000 house we just refinanced. Everything looking perfect from the outside. She doesn't cry. Not anymore. After 4 failed IVF cycles, you run out of tears. "Okay," she says. Just that. "Okay." I pull up my tracking spreadsheet, the one I've maintained for 67 months. Ovulation dates, medication schedules, cycle days, temperature charts, $43,000 spent, 4 IVF attempts, 1 miscarriage at 11 weeks that nearly broke us both. "We'll try again," I tell her. "Q3, I'll adjust the timeline. We can..." "James." Her voice is flat, empty. "I can't do this anymore. The statistics say..." "I don't care what the statistics say." She stands up, walks to the window. "I'm not a project. I'm not a problem you can optimize." I want to argue, want to show her the data, want to explain that if we just control the variables better, track more carefully, plan more precisely, but she's already walking out of the room. That was month 67 of trying. I marked it in my spreadsheet. Red cell, failed cycle number 5. What I didn't mark, that was the month everything changed. The next 18 months blur together. More appointments, more injections, Melissa growing quieter, more distant. I attribute it to the hormones, the disappointment, the grief we're both carrying. Our friends stop asking if we have any news yet. Extended family learns not to bring up babies at Thanksgiving. The nursery we'd started preparing sits empty, door always closed. Marcus is there through it all. My best friend since college, best man at our wedding. Software engineer at Google, divorced 2 years back. He shows up with beer after the failed cycles, lets me vent about the unfairness of it all. "You guys will get there," he always says. "You're the most prepared people I know." Prepared, that word again. Like preparation could solve biology. If you've been through infertility, you know the desperation, the treatments that don't work, the hope that dies monthly, then resurrects itself just enough to die again. Comment IVF warrior if you've been there. Comment still trying if you're in it right now, because you understand what comes next makes it worse. Month 84. Melissa comes home from work early. I'm in my home office debugging code. She appears in the doorway holding something, a pregnancy test, 2 lines. "I'm pregnant," she says. Her voice sounds strange, not quite happy, not quite scared, something else I can't identify. I stand up so fast my chair rolls backward. "What? How? We didn't... The last IVF was 4 months ago, and it failed. Natural conception." She's staring at the test like she doesn't quite believe it either. "I'm 8 weeks, just got back from Dr. Chen's office, confirmed by ultrasound." 8 weeks. I pull up my tracking app on my phone, scroll back. The last time Melissa and I were intimate was 14 weeks ago. Quick calculation, conception would have been around 12 weeks back. The numbers don't add up, but I dismiss it. Maybe I miscounted. Maybe the app is wrong. Maybe... James. Melissa's crying now. Real tears. We manifested this, babe. 7 years of trying, failed IVFs, the miscarriage, and now the universe finally heard us. We manifested this miracle. She crosses the room, hugs me. I hold her and I want to feel what I'm supposed to feel. Joy, relief, victory after 7 years of fighting. Instead, there's this small voice in my head. Quiet, analytical. The voice that made me good at debugging code. Something doesn't compile. Marcus shows up an hour later. Congratulations! He's grinning, holding a bottle of sparkling cider. Melissa must have texted him. He hugs Melissa first. Long hug. His hand lingers on her back. He whispers something in her ear, too quiet for me to hear. She nods, pulls back, smiling. Then he turns to me. Man, 7 years. You guys did it. Yeah, I say. Miracle, right? We toast with the cider. Melissa's laughing, planning, talking about names and nurseries and all the things we'd put on hold. Marcus is right there with her, excited, engaged, suggesting color schemes. After he leaves, I go to brush my teeth. Our master bathroom, white subway tile, double vanity, everything clean and minimal, the way Melissa likes it. I reach for my Sonicare toothbrush, electric, black handle. That's when I see it. Another toothbrush in the cabinet, blue Oral-B, manual, not mine. Huh, I say out loud to my reflection. Weird, don't remember buying that. Maybe it was a spare. Maybe from a dental cleaning. Maybe... I close the cabinet. The toothbrush is forgotten by the time I get into bed. But the timeline isn't. The next morning, I'm making coffee. Melissa's still asleep. First trimester exhaustion. I open my tracking app again. Scroll through the data. Last intimate, 14 weeks ago. Conception window according to ultrasound, 12 weeks ago. 2-week gap. I pull up my calendar, cross-reference with my travel schedule. 12 weeks ago, I was in San Francisco. Tech conference, 3-day trip. I was out of town during conception. My hands start shaking. Coffee spills on the counter. I grab a towel, clean it up mechanically while my brain runs scenarios. Maybe the ultrasound dating is off. Those aren't perfectly accurate, right? Maybe Dr. Chen made a mistake with the timeline. Maybe... My phone buzzes. Text from Melissa. Marcus is coming over to help me tell Amy the news. That okay? Marcus. Again, I text back, sure. But I'm already opening my laptop, already pulling up our shared Google Calendar, the one Melissa and I use for scheduling. I export the data, last 6 months, 9 months, full year. Then I filter for events with Marcus. There's a pattern I never noticed before. Recurring event. Coffee sink. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Location tagged Marcus's apartment complex. 9 months of coffee sinks, twice a week. I lean back in my chair. The mountain view outside my window suddenly feels very far away. I could confront her right now, walk upstairs, ask the questions forming in my mind, but I'm analytical. I'm methodical. I don't make moves without data. I need proof. I open a new browser tab. Search, prenatal paternity test. The results load, non-invasive, as early as 8 weeks, blood draw from mother, DNA comparison. I bookmark 3 labs, then I close the laptop. When Melissa comes downstairs an hour later, I'm smiling, congratulating Amy on speakerphone, playing the role of excited father-to-be. Because that's what you do when the data suggests your life is a lie. You gather more data. The NIPT test kit arrives 3 days later. I ordered it to my office. Told Melissa I had a package coming for work. The box is small, white cardboard, clinical. Inside, blood collection tubes, paperwork, prepaid return envelope. I need Melissa's blood and a DNA sample from myself. The instructions are clear. Medical professional must draw the blood. But there's a workaround. I find a lab that does walk-in draws, no questions asked. Tell Melissa it's for routine pregnancy blood work Dr. Chen ordered. She believes me. Why wouldn't she? I've never lied about anything important in our entire marriage. I provide my own DNA sample in our bathroom. Cotton swab, inside of cheek. Simple. I mail the package on a Thursday, results promised in 7 to 10 business days. Then I wait. During the wait, I start noticing things I'd missed before. The way Melissa smiles at her phone, different smile, softer, more secret. The silver necklace she's wearing. I ask about it one morning. Where'd that come from? Oh. She touches it absently. Marcus gave it to me years ago, college. Found it cleaning out my jewelry box. Marcus gave it to her. She's wearing it every day now. I see the blue toothbrush again, still there. Back of the bathroom cabinet, I check our Ring doorbell footage. Go back 3 months, 4, 5, there's Marcus entering our house multiple times. Timestamps when I was traveling for work. Once 10:47 p.m. He leaves the next morning at 7:23 a.m. overnight stay. I make a spreadsheet, document everything. Dates, times, patterns. 7 overnight visits in 5 months. The coffee sinks, the doorbell footage, the necklace, the toothbrush that's been there all along. The data is compiling. Day 9. I'm at my desk at work. CTO promotion meeting scheduled next week. Biggest career moment of my life. My personal email refreshes, new message, subject line, NIPT analysis complete. Thompson, Davis, Thompson. That's me. Davis. That's Marcus Davis. My cursor hovers over the email. 30 seconds, a minute. My heart is hammering so hard I can hear it in my ears. I click, the PDF loads. Clinical header, lab information, test date, patient names, then the results. Probability of paternity, 0.6%. Alleged father excluded, confidence level 99.94%. The office around me continues. Keyboards clicking, phones ringing, someone laughing in the break room. But I'm underwater. Sound is muffled. Vision is tunneling. 0.06%. Excluded. 7 years of trying. 4 failed IVFs. $43,000. 1 miscarriage that left us both broken. The miracle baby isn't mine. I scroll down. Genetic markers comparison. Alleged father DNA versus fetal DNA. No matches. But there's a note at the bottom. Additional DNA profile detected in maternal sample suggests probability of paternity with reference sample MD2847 at 99.94%. MD2847, Marcus Davis, sample 2847. I'd submitted his DNA to. Cotton swab from the blue toothbrush in our bathroom. The toothbrush I thought was random. The toothbrush that's been there for months. The toothbrush that's been in our bathroom because Marcus has been in our bathroom regularly for months. The document trembles in my hands, or maybe that's just me. I don't go home that night. I sit in my car in the office parking lot until the security guard knocks on my window at 11 p.m. You okay, Mr. Thompson? Yeah, I lie. Just finishing something up. I drive to a hotel, extended stay America off Highway 36, check in under my name, lie on top of the covers fully clothed and stare at the ceiling. My phone keeps buzzing. Melissa, where are you? Are you okay? I don't answer because I'm not okay. And I don't know if I'll ever be okay again, but I know what I need to do. I need evidence, all of it, systematically documented because that's who I am. That's how I'm wired. If I'm going to burn my life down, I'm going to do it with data. The next morning, I go back to the house while Melissa's at work. She's a UX designer at my same startup. Tuesdays, she goes in office. I have 4 hours. I start with my laptop. Pull up our Venmo transaction history, Melissa and Marcus. Filter by last 12 months. There are dozens of transactions, small amounts mostly. Coffee, lunch, nothing suspicious on the surface. Then I see it. $347 from Marcus to Melissa. Date, 3 weeks before Melissa told me she was pregnant. Note, for the thing we discussed, baby bottle emoji. He knew. Marcus knew about the pregnancy before I did. I screenshot it, save it to an encrypted folder on my desktop, label it Evidence 001. Next, Ring doorbell footage. I export 6 months of video logs, every entry, every exit. I create a spreadsheet, timestamp, duration, person. The pattern is worse than I thought. Marcus enters our house 7 times when I'm traveling for work, and not just evening visits, overnight stays, every single one. March 12th, entry 9:34 p.m., exit 7:41 a.m. March 28th, entry 10:15 p.m., exit 8:03 a.m. April 3rd, entry 8:47 p.m., exit 6:52 a.m. I watch one of the videos. Marcus has a key. He's not knocking. He's not waiting to be let in. He just opens the door. Walks in like he lives here. Because in a way, he does. The blue toothbrush makes sense now. 7 overnight visits equals enough time to keep toiletries here. I feel sick, actually nauseous. I go to the bathroom, our bathroom, the one Marcus apparently uses too, and splash cold water on my face. The blue toothbrush is still there, sitting in the cabinet like it belongs. I pick it up. Oral-B, the brand Marcus always recommended. Cleans better than electric, he'd say whenever I mention my Sonicare. My hands are shaking as I set it down. Then I pick up my phone, photograph it. Evidence 007. iCloud backup, that's next. I know Melissa's password, set up her phone 2 years ago when she upgraded. She never changed it. I log into her iCloud account on my laptop, find the messages backup. 2,346 messages between Melissa and Marcus. The earliest one is from 11 months ago. Marcus: coffee tomorrow. Melissa: can't. James is working from home. Marcus: Thursday then? Melissa: Thursday works. Innocent enough. That's how it starts. I scroll forward, watch the messages evolve. Friendly becomes flirty. Flirty becomes explicit. Explicit becomes planning. I'm reading my wife's affair in real time. Past tense. Evidence of everything I didn't see while it was happening. There's one message that stops me cold. Marcus: when are we telling James? Timeline's getting obvious. Melissa: trust me, I have a plan. A plan. I scroll down further, looking for the plan. Then I find it. 4 months before Melissa told me she was pregnant. 4 months before the positive test. Before the miracle. A conversation between Melissa and Marcus. Marcus: what if it doesn't work out? What if he finds out? Melissa: he won't. And if I get pregnant with your baby, I can leave James without being the villain. Everyone will sympathize. Poor woman. Marriage couldn't handle baby stress. We'll be together, and I won't be the homewrecker in everyone's eyes. Perfect exit strategy. Perfect exit strategy. I read it again and again. She didn't get pregnant accidentally. She didn't manifest a miracle. She weaponized it. The room tilts. I grip the edge of the desk to steady myself. All those years, all those failed IVFs, the miscarriage that nearly destroyed us both. And she deliberately got pregnant with my best friend to escape our marriage while maintaining her reputation. I think about the months of planning, the calendar syncs, the overnight visits, the careful construction of a life I wasn't part of. We manifested this. No, she manifested this. She manifested deception, and I manifested enough trust to be blind. There's more. I keep reading. Can't stop now, even though every message is another knife. Marcus: I love you. Melissa: I love you too. This is real, not like what I have with James. Marcus: when can I see you? Melissa: James has that SF conference next week, 3 days. Marcus: I'll book us somewhere nice. I cross-reference the dates. Check my calendar. Valentine's Day weekend. I was supposed to go to a conference in San Francisco, but the conference was canceled last minute. I came home early. I remember that weekend. Melissa seemed surprised to see me. Said she was at a spa retreat with girlfriends. I pull up Marcus's credit card statement. I'm on his Capital One account. We split a subscription service. He gave me access years ago for auto pay. There it is. Aspen Meadows Resort, Valentine's weekend, $783, romantic getaway, mountain views, couples massage package, while I was supposed to be in San Francisco, while I thought she was at a spa with friends. Evidence 01 theme. If you've ever found something you wish you hadn't, something that changed everything you thought was real, you know that moment. The world doesn't explode, it just stops. And you're standing there holding proof that your life was a lie. Comment, I found it, if you know, because what comes next is worse. I hear the garage door opening. Melissa's home early. I close the laptop, shove it in my bag, stand up just as she walks into the office. James. She looks relieved. You're here. I was so worried last night. When did it start? My voice comes out steady. Too steady. Like I'm debugging code. Like this is just another problem to solve. She freezes. What? You and Marcus. When did it start? The color drains from her face. What are you talking about? Don't. I hold up my phone, show her the screenshot of the Venmo transaction. $347 for the thing we discussed, with a baby bottle emoji, 3 weeks before you told me you were pregnant. She's shaking her head. James, you don't understand? Then help me understand. I open my laptop, turn it toward her. The iMessage thread is still open. Is this understanding enough? Perfect exit strategy. Your words. She looks at the screen. I watch her face cycle through emotions. Denial, panic, then something else. Defiance. You went through my messages. That's what you're focused on? Privacy? You had no right? I had no right? My voice is rising now. Can't control it anymore. I have no rights? I'm the one who spent 7 years trying to have a baby with you. 7 years. $43,000. And you got pregnant, deliberately pregnant, with my best friend to escape our marriage without looking bad. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like, Melissa? Explain it to me. Because the DNA test says there's a 99.94% chance that baby isn't mine. Silence. She's not denying it anymore. When? I ask again. When did it start? She sits down, puts her head in her hands. 14 months ago, after the 4th IVF failed. You were so focused on the numbers, the data, the next cycle, you stopped seeing me. I was just a problem you were trying to solve. So you fucked my best friend. It wasn't about sex. Then what was it about? She looks up, tears streaming down her face. It was about being seen, being heard. Marcus asked me how I felt, not about the IVF, about me. You never asked that, James. You just asked about cycle days and hormone levels and... Don't you dare make me the villain here. I'm not. I'm just... She stops, takes a breath. I'm just saying it wasn't simple. It wasn't planned. We didn't... You planned to get pregnant with him. I read the messages. Perfect exit strategy. Those were your words. She closes her eyes. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. Did you ever stop to think about what I wanted? About the 7 years I invested? About the fact that I loved you? Loved. She catches the past tense. You said loved. Yeah, loved. I leave. Drive to Marcus's apartment, Google Office Park area. Nice complex. 2-bedroom. The address that's been showing up in Melissa's calendar for 9 months. I knock. He opens the door, sees my face. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I say, fuck. I push past him into the apartment. It's clean, minimalist, tech bro aesthetic. James, man, let me explain. Explain what? That you've been sleeping with my wife? That you've been in my house? That you have a fucking toothbrush in my bathroom? You know about that. I know about everything, Marcus. Calendar syncs, overnight stays, Aspen Resort, Valentine's Day. He sits down on his couch, runs his hands through his hair. I didn't plan this. Neither of us did. It just happened. Things don't just happen. You made choices, both of you. You're right. He looks at me. Actually, looks at me. You're right. I fucked up. We both did. But James, I love her. This isn't some affair. We're in love. I laugh. Can't help it. Bitter. Hollow. You're in love. How nice. You're in love with my wife. With my baby. It's not your baby. The words hang in the air. I know, I say quietly. DNA test confirmed it. 99.94%. Your son. Congratulations. He looks genuinely shocked. You did a paternity test? I'm analytical, Marcus. You know that. You've known that for 12 years. So when the timeline didn't add up, I tested. And I found out my wife's miracle baby is my best friend's planned exit strategy. Exit strategy? What are you? I pull up the messages on my phone, read them aloud. If I get pregnant with your baby, I can leave James without being the villain. Does that sound familiar? His face changes. Confusion. What do you mean, exit strategy? She told me you two were already over, that you wanted out too, but didn't know how to say it. Oh. She told you we were already done? Yeah. She said the marriage had been dead for years, that you were both just going through the motions, that you'd both be happier apart, but neither of you wanted to be the one to leave first. I sit down across from him. This is too much. Too many layers. Marcus, we weren't done. I didn't want out. I wanted a family with her. I've wanted that for 7 years. He's shaking his head. No, she said. She lied. To both of us. I drive to Amy's apartment, my sister, 29, graphic designer, the only family I have in Boulder since Mom and Dad retired to Arizona. She opens the door, takes one look at my face. Oh, James. You knew. It's not a question. She steps back. Come in. Her boyfriend Tim is on the couch. He sees me and suddenly finds the kitchen very interesting. How long? I ask Amy. She won't meet my eyes. James, how long have you known? 3 months. 3 months. 3 months of family dinners, of coffee catch-ups, of texting about Mom's birthday and Dad's retirement party. 3 months of knowing and saying nothing. How did you find out? She sits down. I came by your house to drop off your birthday gift early. The key you gave me, I still have it. I walked in. Pause. They were on your couch. Your couch, James. The image slams into me. My couch, my house, my life. And you said nothing. She begged me. Amy's crying now. She was crying, panicking. Said if you knew right then you'd break, like when Dad went to prison. She said, Dad didn't go to prison for 18 months because I found out Mom was having an affair. He went because he embezzled funds and lied about it for 3 years. Those are completely different situations, Amy. I know, but you'd been so stressed about the promotion and the IVF, and I thought if you didn't know, you wouldn't shatter. I thought I was protecting you. You weren't protecting me. My voice is quiet now, dangerously quiet. You were protecting yourself from discomfort. You chose my ignorance over my dignity. There's a difference. James, did Mom know too? Did everyone know except me? No, just me. And I told Tim. She glances at her boyfriend. That's it. Two people watch me live in a lie for 3 months. Watch me plan a nursery. Watch me talk about names and school districts, and I can't finish. Tim speaks up from the kitchen doorway. For what it's worth, I told her to tell you. Every day I told her. But you didn't tell me yourself. He looks at the floor. It wasn't my place. Yeah, I stand up. It wasn't anyone's place. That's the problem. Amy grabs my arm as I head for the door. Where are you going? I don't know. Somewhere I don't have to look at people who claim to love me but chose to let me live in a lie. I end up at the house. Our house. The $695,000 house with the mountain view and the closed nursery door. I walk upstairs, stand in front of that door, haven't opened it in weeks. Melissa said it made her sad to look at the empty crib. Now I know why. I open the door. The crib is assembled, white wood. We built it together 2 years ago after the third IVF failed. For next time, Melissa had said, there's a name book on the changing table, bookmarked pages. We'd narrowed it down to 5 names: Noah, Ethan, James Jr., Benjamin, Marcus, Marcus. In case you want to honor your best friend, Melissa had said, since he's been so supportive through all this. I pick up the book, throw it across the room. It hits the wall. Pages scatter. Then I see them. The ultrasound photos on the wall. Matted and framed. 6 of them. I look closer at the first one. 8-week scan. Melissa smiling. Someone's hand on her shoulder. The second one. 12-week scan. Different angle. Same hand. Closer view this time. The hand is wearing a ring. Silver band. Simple. Marcus's ring. He was there. At the appointments. At the moments I was supposed to be part of. I count. 4 of the 6 ultrasound photos have Marcus visible somewhere in the frame. Edge of sleeve. Hand on shoulder. Reflection in the monitor screen. He was there more than I was because I was at work, building our future, trying for that CTO promotion, trying to provide for the family I thought we were creating. While they were creating a different family altogether, I sit on the floor, back against the crib I assembled, for a baby that was never mine. 7 years, 67 failed cycles before the miracle, $43,000, 1 miscarriage, all of it for this moment. Sitting on the floor of an empty nursery, surrounded by evidence of my own blindness. My phone buzzes, text from Melissa. Where are you? We need to talk. Another text. This time Marcus. Man, I'm sorry. I didn't know she lied to both of us. Can we meet? Another. Amy. Please call me. I'm sorry. I should have told you. I silence my phone. In the quiet, I notice something. A notebook on the rocking chair. Melissa's pregnancy journal, the one she started after she found out. I pick it up. Open to the first page. Week 8. I don't know what to do. It's not David's. David. She crossed it out, wrote above it, James. She almost put my name wrong. I flipped through the pages. Weeks of entries, fears and hopes and plans. Week 12. Marcus thinks this baby means we'll be together. That's cute. He doesn't understand I need freedom, not replacement. Freedom, not Marcus, not me. Freedom. I'm reading my wife's journal and realizing she didn't choose Marcus over me. She chose herself over both of us. We were both just obstacles to remove. Would you burn it all down for justice? Or choose silence to protect innocent people? Comment justice or silence. Because I have 48 hours to decide. The baby shower is this Saturday. 60 people invited. Extended family flying in from across the country. Investors from the startup. Co-workers. Friends. Everyone excited for the miracle baby. I could stand up at that shower, microphone in hand, 60 witnesses. I could read the messages, show the DNA test, explain exactly what we manifested this really meant. Public justice, public humiliation for both of them, perfect revenge. But sitting here on the floor of this nursery, this room built on hope and lies and 7 years of trying, I have to ask myself, is that who I want to be? The man who makes a spectacle of his pain? The man who burns down everything just to watch it burn? Or is there another way? Thursday morning, 2 days before the baby shower, I'm sitting in a lawyer's office. Mitchell and Associates, family law, glass walls overlooking Boulder Creek. The lawyer, Sarah Mitchell, 40-something, no nonsense, slides a document across her desk. Prenuptial agreement. You're lucky you had one. Lucky. That's a word I haven't felt in a while. Colorado is no fault for divorce, she continues, but adultery affects spousal support, and this paternity evidence, she taps the DNA results, means you're not financially responsible for the child. I know. The prenup protects your assets. The house is in your name. Startup equity is yours. She gets what she came in with, plus half of joint accounts. That's about $43,000. $43,000. The exact amount we spent on IVF. Poetic. I can file today, Sarah says. Have her served by tomorrow, before the baby shower. I imagine it. Melissa opening the door, process server handing her papers. You've been served. 2 hours before 60 guests arrive. Maximum impact, maximum humiliation. No, I say. Wait until Monday. Sarah looks at me over her reading glasses. You're sure? Waiting gives her time to... I know, but I'm not doing this for revenge. I'm doing this for truth. She nods slowly. Okay, Monday it is. Friday, 1 day before the shower. I text Marcus. Coffee, we need to talk. Last time. He responds immediately. When? Now. We meet at the same coffee shop where this probably started. Ozo Coffee on Pearl Street. Ironic, he's already there when I arrive. Looks like he hasn't slept. Good. I sit down across from him. Don't order anything. This won't take long. I've been thinking about what you said. I start. About how Melissa told you we were already over. James, I swear I didn't know... I believe you. That stops him. You believe me? Yeah, because I found something else. I pull out my phone, cue up the audio file, voice memo from Melissa's phone, recorded 2 months ago. Listen. I press play. Melissa's voice fills the space between us. Sarah keeps asking when I'm telling James about Marcus. Like it's that simple. Marcus thinks this baby means we'll get married, live happily ever after. It's cute, really. But he doesn't understand. I don't want James. I don't want Marcus either. I just want freedom from the expectations, from being James's wife or Marcus's girlfriend or anyone's anything. There's a pause in the recording. Then, when this blows up, and it will, everyone will blame Marcus for seducing a married woman. And I'll be the sympathetic pregnant victim caught between two men. Poor Melissa, she'll get support, not judgment. And James? He'll be the workaholic husband who drove her away. Marcus will be the homewrecker, and I'll be free. I stop the recording. Marcus is staring at the phone like it's a bomb. His voice cracks. She planned this, all of it? Both of us. We were both marks, Marcus. She didn't leave me for you. She used both of us to leave herself. He puts his head in his hands. And I watch my best friend, former best friend, break down in the middle of Ozo Coffee. I destroyed our friendship for a lie, he says. I really thought she loved me, that we were building something real. Part of me wants to comfort him. 12 years of friendship doesn't disappear just because someone weaponizes it, but most of me just feels empty. I'm not here for an apology, I say. I'm here to tell you something. He looks up, red eyes, devastated. Tomorrow at the baby shower, I'm not going to expose you. I'm not going to make a scene. I'm going to walk away, and you're going to figure out your own shit, because I'm done carrying everyone else's pain. James, I'm also here to say this. We're not friends anymore. We're not enemies. We're just nothing. You don't get to be part of my story anymore. I stand up. The baby, Marcus says quietly. What about, that's between you and Melissa, not my circus, not my monkeys. I walk out. Behind me, I hear him crying. I don't look back. Saturday, the day of the baby shower. I wake up in the hotel room, extended stay America. I've been here 5 days now. My phone has 63 unread messages. Melissa, Marcus, Amy. Mom texted, "Can't wait for the shower, landing at noon." I don't respond to any of them. Instead, I shower, shave, put on the button-down shirt Melissa bought me for my birthday, blue, her favorite color on me. Then I drive to the house. The driveway is already packed, cars lining the street. I recognize them, my co-workers, Amy's car, Uncle George from my mom's side, the Johnsons from 2 houses down. Inside, I can hear music, laughter. The party has started. I sit in my car for 5 minutes, 10, rehearsing what I'm going to say. Then I get out. The front door is unlocked, decorations everywhere, blue balloons. "Oh, baby," banner, gift table stacked with wrapped boxes. Melissa is in the living room, wearing a white maternity dress, glowing, everyone would say. She looks up, sees me. The color drains from her face. Marcus is here too, far corner of the room, trying to blend in. He sees me and freezes. Amy rushes over. "James, I didn't think you'd..." "I'm here," I say simply. 60 people, maybe more. Everyone we know, extended family, work colleagues, investors from the startup, Bill and Jennifer Morrison, the lead investors who are considering me for CTO. Everyone excited, happy, ready to celebrate the miracle baby. Melissa walks over, whispers, "We need to talk, not here, please." "No," I say, loud enough that people nearby stop talking. "We do need to talk, here." The room is getting quieter now, people sensing something wrong. I walk to where the microphone stands, for the speeches, for the baby name announcement. Melissa's following me. "James, don't do this." Everyone's watching now. 60 faces, curious, confused, some concerned. I pick up the microphone, feedback screeches. Someone adjusts the speaker. Silence. This is it. This is the moment I've been planning, the moment I could destroy everything. The DNA test is in my pocket. The messages are on my phone. I could read them all. Show everyone exactly what "we manifested this" really meant. I could burn it all down. 60 witnesses to my pain, to their betrayal, perfect revenge. But standing here, microphone in hand, all eyes on me, I remember sitting in that nursery. The empty crib, the scattered pages of the baby name book. And I realized something. This isn't about them anymore. This is about me, who I want to be when this is over. "Thank you all for coming," I say. My voice is steady, calm, to celebrate what we thought was a miracle. Melissa's shaking her head, mouthing, "Please. Unfortunately, I need to inform you, there will be no baby shower today." Murmurs ripple through the crowd. "Melissa has something important she needs to tell you all, privately. I won't be here for it." I set the microphone down, start walking toward the door. "James, wait!" Melissa's voice breaks. I stop, turn back, look at her, really look at her. "You'll have plenty of time to explain," I say, "to everyone here about the timeline, about the paternity test, about Marcus." I glance at him. He's pale, frozen. "About the perfect exit strategy, all of it, but I won't be here to watch." I turn to the room, 60 confused faces. To those who knew, I look at Amy, Uncle George, who's avoiding my eyes. "You weren't protecting me. You were protecting yourselves from discomfort. I understand that now, but I also understand I deserve better." Amy's crying. Mom pushes through the crowd. "James, what's happening?" "Ask Melissa, Mom. She'll explain everything." I walk to the door. Behind me, chaos is starting. Questions, confusion. Someone asking, "What paternity test?" Melissa calling my name. Marcus trying to slip out the back. But I'm already leaving, out the door, down the driveway, into my car. I drive away from that house, from those people, from the life I thought I had. And for the first time in 5 days, I feel like I can breathe. 3 months later, I'm in a new apartment, downtown Boulder, 10th floor, different view, smaller, cleaner, mine. The divorce finalized last week, clean break, prenup held up. Melissa got her $43,000. I got my freedom. I declined the CTO position, called Bill Morrison myself. I appreciate the opportunity, but I need time to figure out who I am without the plan. He understood. They promoted someone else. I'm okay with that. I'm in therapy now. Dr. Rachel Kim, every Wednesday at 4 p.m., learning to feel instead of analyze. Learning that control was never safety. It was just another cage. How are you doing with the ghost? She asked last session. The ghost. The wound. The lie I'd believed since I was 14. If I control everything, pain can't touch me. I'm learning, I told her. Learning that pain touches you anyway. But maybe that's okay. Maybe that's just being human. She smiled. That's growth, James. Today, I'm unpacking the last box, labeled bathroom. Inside, new toothbrush, Colgate, green and white, different brand, different color. My choice. I go to the bathroom, empty cabinet, clean, white, minimal, just like I want it. I unwrap the toothbrush, stand there for a moment holding it. The blue Oral-B is gone, thrown away weeks ago. Marcus's presence erased from my space. This toothbrush, this simple green and white Colgate, is mine. Only mine. I install it in the holder, step back, look at it through the cabinet glass. One toothbrush, one person's bathroom, one life that's actually mine. I close the cabinet door. Soft click. My phone buzzes. Text from Dr. Kim. Same time next week? I type back, yeah, same time. Another text. This one from Amy. We've been rebuilding, slowly, coffee once a week, honest conversations about family and loyalty and the difference between protection and control. Amy, lunch tomorrow? Me, sure. That new place on Pearl? Amy, perfect. Proud of you, big brother. I smile, small but real. I walk to the living room, unpack the last few things. There's a framed photo I'd packed carefully. Me on a hiking trail, Chautauqua Park, took it myself last month. Solo hike, solo summit, solo sunrise. I'm smiling in the photo, genuinely. Not the forced smile from the IVF years, not the controlled smile from trying to keep everything perfect, just smiling. I hang it on the wall. Step back. The apartment is quiet, peaceful, mine. No ghosts here, no lies, no toothbrushes that don't belong, just space, clean space. To figure out who James Thompson is when he's not trying to control every variable. There's a journal on my coffee table. New habit, Dr. Kim's suggestion. Write when you feel something you can't analyze. I open it. Today's entry. For 7 years, I thought if I planned perfectly, I could manifest outcomes. Control the variables, prevent pain, optimize for success. Truth is, you can't manifest trust. It either exists or it doesn't. Melissa manifested deception. Marcus manifested justification. Amy manifested misguided protection. Me? I'm manifesting something different now. My exit, my freedom, my truth. And unlike theirs, mine is real. I close the journal. Family isn't blood. It's who shows up with truth, not comfort. Tag someone who chose dignity over drama. Tag someone who walked away from toxicity with their head high. If you have a found family story or an I rebuilt my life story, share it in the comments, because those are the stories that matter. Those are the stories that save people. I make coffee, pour it into my new mug, not the matching set Melissa and I had, not the gift from Marcus, just a mug I bought myself last week, simple, blue, mine. I stand by the window, 10th floor view, mountains in the distance, city below, sun setting behind the Flatirons. And I think about the baby shower, that moment with the microphone. Everyone expected an explosion, expected me to destroy them publicly, expected spectacle. But the strongest revenge isn't destruction. It's reconstruction, building a life so good they have no place in it. My phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but I do. Mr. Thompson, this is Rebecca Chen from Nexus Tech Solutions. Yes. We got your application for the senior architect position. We'd love to schedule an interview. Different company, different path, same field, but on my terms now. That would be great, I say. Excellent. How's next Tuesday at 10? Perfect. I hang up. New job prospects, new apartment, new toothbrush, new journal, new therapy. New understanding of what family means. New life, built on truth this time. That night, I'm scrolling through my phone before bed. I find the video file, the baby shower. Someone posted it to the family group chat. I'd muted that chat weeks ago. Curiosity gets me. I open it. The video starts with the room. 60 people, decorations, excitement. Then me walking in. Melissa's face changing, the microphone moment. But what I notice now, what I didn't see in the moment, is at minute 2:53, right before I arrived. There's Melissa, standing by the bathroom. She touches the cabinet door, opens it briefly, checks inside, closes it quickly. She was checking if the toothbrush was visible, making sure no one would see it before guests arrived. The blue toothbrush that was always there. That I dismissed as random. That was evidence from the very beginning. It was always there. We just didn't know to look. I close the video, delete it, don't need that anymore. What I need is right here, in this apartment, in this new life, in this fresh start. The bathroom cabinet in my new place is empty except for one toothbrush. Green and white Colgate, my choice, my space, my terms. And that's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. Go back to minute 2:53, when Melissa touches the bathroom cabinet nervously while saying "I love you" to arriving guests. She was checking if Marcus's toothbrush was visible. It was always there. We just didn't know to look. But now we do. Now we know exactly what to look for. And that knowledge, that's how we protect ourselves. That's how we rebuild. That's how we manifest real truth, not manufactured miracles. That's how we choose dignity every single time.